Welcome to this EM Grants Pro training video. My name is Esther Sun with the Colorado Division of Homeland Security and Emergency Management. We will be training on the application module for EMPG. There is also a training booklet you may download for your future reference. All EMPG applications will need to be entered in EM Grants Pro. No paper copies of your application will be accepted. As you are aware, there are three parts of the EMPG application. Part 1 is the work plan, which includes 15 EMFs. Part 2 is the jurisdiction information. Part 3 includes the staffing pattern and the program budget. All three parts will need to be inputted in EM Grants Pro. Other parts of the applications include certified job description, training certifications, and signatures. For the signatures, there are 4 of them in all, 3 from the local side and 1 from the state side. From the local side are 1, the board chair, 2, chief financial officer, 3, emergency manager. The state side, it is your field service manager. The emergency manager is inputting the application in EMGPro Pro. When the emergency manager has completed and submits the application in EM Grants Pro, this equates to their signature. When the field service manager has finished their review and advances the application in EM Grants Pro, this also equates to their signature. There are 2 signatures that are remaining from the local side. 1, the board chair, and 2, the chief financial officer. This is the signature authorization form, and it is where the 2 remaining required signatures can be obtained and uploaded as part of the EM Grants Pro application process. To fill out this form, type in the subrecipient name. Next, type in the award encumbrance number. We understand that you do not have your encumbrance number as of yet, so go ahead and type in the year of the grant you are applying for. Next, select the authorization purpose by the drop-down menu. They are able to authorize an application, progress report, reimbursement for request, scope change, budget change. For this training video, they are authorizing an application. Please read the narrative generated stating that you are certifying the application. Next, type in the name, title, email, and phone number for both the board chair and chief financial officer. Save this file. We'll be referring to this file during this training. Moving on, W-9 and EFT. If there are no updates to your W-9 or EFT, there is no need to submit. If your jurisdiction has an update, please submit those 2 documents via an encrypted email to your field service manager. Do not upload this in EM Grants Pro. Again, I repeat, do not upload this in EM Grants Pro, but rather send the W-9 and EFT via an encrypted email to your field service manager. Excuse me. Note, the maximum uploaded document is 100 megabytes. Let's enter the application in EM Grants Pro. When you first log into EM Grants Pro, it will open to your home page. The banner should be black. On your right-hand side, you will see a box called Applicant You Represent. You will see the county names you represent toward the bottom. I'm logged in as Chuck Bradley from Pueblo. So the 2 counties I represent right now is Pueblo County and the Pueblo County Sheriff Office. In order to apply for a grant, go ahead and click on Apply for Grants for the county you are applying for. A dialog box will open up called Apply for a Grant. You will need to select the grant you are applying for. In order to do this, you click on the drop-down arrow. Select the grant you are choosing to apply for. We are applying for the EMPG 22. For EMPG, there are two types of application types, so we will need to select the application type by the drop-down menu. There is the Special Project and the LEMS. For this training video, we are training on the LEMS, so select LEMS. After you have selected the grant name and the application type for Apply for a Grant, go ahead and click on Create. You will see a blue banner called Application. We are now ready to input all three parts of the EMPG LEMS application in EMGrantsPro. Below the blue banner, you will see three choices: Save, Submit, and Delete. This is called the status bar. And all the way over, you will see this little thing called More. So this is called your status bar. Below the main menu bar, the main menu bar is this in black. You will see a picture of a house. That is your main menu bar. Below your main menu bar are these three little bubbles. These three little bubbles are called breadcrumbs. These breadcrumbs helps you navigate through EMGrantsPro and will also let you know where you are in the system. For instance, we are inputting an application in EMGrantsPro. The breadcrumbs are telling me I am in EMPG 22 for Pueblo County, for the specific account for EMPG 22 Pueblo County. On the left-hand side, you will see a menu. This is called the left-hand action menu bar or the left-hand navigation panel. On the right side is your main screen where you can input your application information. Let's examine the left-hand action menu bar. Summary is just what it means, gives you a summary of what you are working on so far. I'm going to go ahead and click on it so you can see. You will see that we haven't started yet. The current step is 1, unsubmitted, and it is in draft. I'm going to go ahead and click on Forms. Under Form, you will see there are 4 items indicated by this little arrow. Jurisdiction information, this equates to Part 2 of your paper application. Next is your personnel. The personnel is the same as the staffing pattern in Part 3. The program budget is the same as Part 3 as your program budget. Then you have the certification, the same as the FATA. Probably wondering, where is the work plan? We'll just put this in the parking lot for just a few moments. Let's venture on to the main section of the screen. All boxes that are in red are required. Let's go ahead and start entering in the information. Project title. County training. For the allocation category, we've already defaulted this to local project, but if you're curious, feel free to press down the drop-down menu. You will see your choices are local project or state project. We are applying for local project, so go ahead and select local project. The next area is your service area. Select your service area that you belong to from the drop-down menu. After this, you will see a warning come up. In order for the funding allocation to properly calculate, form must be saved. In order to save this, you go to your status bar. This is right below your blue banner. So we're going to go ahead and press Save. When I press Save on the blue banner bar, you now see it says Application and Pueblo County Training. This is whatever I typed in as the project title will show up here. Let's go back to the main section of the application. Work activity. For the work activity, there are 3 choices: planning, training, and exercise. For now, planning is the only work plan required at this time. During the implementation, we opted to include training and exercise should the need arise for future reporting requirements for FEMA. For now, let's go ahead and press planning. Remember we put this in the parking lot? Review the left-hand action menu bar. Under the forms, you see the jurisdiction information, personnel, program budget, certification. Aha! Now we see the planning work plan, which is part 1. Ready to go back to the main screen area. Project description is not required, but you may enter in some narrative should you desire. Part 2 also includes the following: the emergency manager contact. Go ahead and select your emergency manager from the drop-down menu. If you do not see the name readily available, you can go ahead and select Other, Create New Contact. You will need to input the email, first and last name, title, and phone number, all the items in red. Make sure you have all this information readily available before continuing. Let's say that we just typed in 000 for the phone number. It will take and it will save it. However, when you have an updated phone number to input, you will not be able to input or adjust that number. You will need to contact the system administrator and let them know that the phone number needs to be adjusted. In order to adjust that, there is to contact or put a help desk ticket is by this yellow question mark up on the main menu bar. You go ahead and click on that and open a support ticket. You want to open the support ticket from which screen you are having issues with. You are able to input that ticket, put all the information needed, and when the system administrator receives your ticket and opens up that ticket, it opens up on that specific screen to help you with your issue. So if you need to change that phone number, that is how you change that phone number. For now, I'm going to go ahead and select Chuck Bradley. Next, you want to go down the line and fill in the emergency management employment status. Full, part-time, volunteer, other. Hours worked per week in all job titles. Type in that information. Hours worked per week devoted to emergency management. Type in that information. The emergency manager, reporting manager title. Go ahead and type in that person's title. Next, you want to go ahead and input the Chief Financial Officer. You go ahead and choose from the drop-down menu, but if the name is not in here, go ahead and click on Create New Contact under Other. In here, make sure that you have their email, first and last name, title. The phone number is not needed. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and just select a name. Type in the senior elected official name. I may have the name wrong in this video, but it's just the training video. Type in the senior elected official title. And lastly, type in the chief executive official. The next step is to fill out this table if applicable. This table is for the additional emergency management staff. Feel free to type in, or if it doesn't pertain to you, you don't need to type in any information here. The last step is the jurisdiction information for the DUNS number and the physical address. It's populated with the DUNS number. We are working with the system administrator to put the UEI number. So don't worry about that. That is being taken care of on the back end. Next is the jurisdiction physical address. You want to go ahead and review this address. If this address is correct, below you will see same as above. Just go ahead and click on that drop-down menu and you can select yes, physical, yes, mailing, or if that address is not correct, you want to go ahead and select no. When you press no, you are able to type in an additional address as needed. For now, I'm going to go ahead and select yes for physical. Now that I have completed part 2 of the application, the jurisdiction information, I'm going to go ahead to the status bar right here and press save. Make sure that you press save and save often. As part of your EMPG application in EMGrantsPro, you will need to upload 2 documentation. One is the certified job description, and 2 is that certified authorization form, which includes the board chair and the CFO signature. Since we do not have the application completed yet, we're not ready for the board chair or the CFO signature. Let's go to the bottom of this page. On the bottom of this page, you will see a notes and comments section, a document templates, and here's that EMG authorization signature form that you can click, download, and save, no uploaded documents, and no issues. In order to upload a document, click on Add Documents. When adding a document, you have 2 choices. You can go ahead and choose Files. When you choose Files, your Window Explorer opens up, and you are able to, I'm just going to make it a little bit smaller so you can see. You're able to go ahead and select Open. When you do that, you're only able to choose one file. So go ahead and cancel. You can also choose multiple files. By clicking and dragging. Clicking and dragging. As you can see, you can enter in multiple files as needed. After you have selected the files that you would like to upload, you will have to select the type by the drop-down menu. You will see that I am uploading job descriptions. And click on Upload. I have uploaded the 2 job descriptions. Let's go back to the left-hand action menu bar on the way up. We just finished the jurisdiction information. The next item is personnel. So let's go ahead and click on personnel. The personnel has two sections, the staffing pattern and the EMPG required training. Let's fill out the staffing pattern first. In order to add an employee, you want to go ahead and click on Add Employee located at the middle of your screen. A dialog box will open up called Add Employee. Choose your employee name from the drop-down menu. If the drop-down menu does not have the name that you need to add, just click on New Employee. From there, you are able to type in the new employee name and employee title. I am going to choose Chuck Bradley, Emergency Manager. Next, you want to go ahead and type in employee type, full or part-time. Put in their gross annual salary. Just typing in an arbitrary amount. Hours worked per week, EM hours worked per week, and when they started. If your emergency manager is not fully dedicated to EMPG and they are only working 36 hours, you want to go ahead and adjust this 36 hours. When doing so, take a look at this box over here. Right now, they are 100% dedicated. I'm going to change it to 36 hours. It will automatically calculate as emergency management hours of 90%. That is how you adjust based on the total percentage dedicated to emergency management. After we have completed this, go ahead and press Save. We want to go ahead and add in the EMPG required training for Chuck Bradley. In order to do this, you just go down and take a look at the EMPG required training. I'm going to pause you for just a second and let you know why pressing Save is very important. When we just added the employee and we press Save, it looks like everything's there, and I see it on the screen. But when we try to add some required training, which when we do that, you just click on Add Training, and you want to select the employee name. There is no employee name to select from, nor am I able to type it. So in order for this section to work, you want to go ahead and press Save. After I have pressed Save, I take a look at the employee drop-down menu, and now I see Chuck Bradley. You are only able to select the employee name of those employees that you have added in the staffing pattern section. From there, you can type in the certification or certifications that he or she has obtained and upload copies of their training certification. In order to upload files, you just choose Files. I'm just entering in any item right now and upload. You can choose to input a certification date or not. It is not required. It should be in their certification. I have completed part 3 of the staffing pattern and also uploaded the EMPG required training. Go ahead and press Save. Let's go to the left-hand navigation panel and see what we need to do next. So on my left-hand navigation panel, I see that program budget is next, but I got a phone call and I need to step away. I cannot complete this application right now. And so in order to just pause, Make sure that you press save and go home. After you have addressed the emergency item that you were called away and you have all the information readily available to work on your application, you log on to EMGrants Pro. You get on and you're on your home page and you're probably wondering, where's my application? You go to your applicants you represent and you're thinking to yourself, do I have to start over? The answer is no. You will see a box called My Inbox Summary. You will see an inbox and a draft. Go ahead and click on Draft. Under your draft, you will see all your items that you are working on. So this is the application you are working on. Go ahead and open this. Whenever you log off and log back on and open up your application, it will always open up to your summary tab. And so you need to get back to the 3 parts of your application. In order to do so, on the left-hand navigation panel, go ahead and click on Forms. When you click on Forms, you will see that all of the items are available, that jurisdiction information, personnel, program budget, certifications, and work plan. We know that we have completed the jurisdiction information. We also know we have completed the personnel. So the third step is the program budget. So let's go ahead and click on Program Budget. On the program budget, you will see that it has automatically filled in salary and benefits section. This section information is coming from your staffing pattern. You notice that the information in here is incorrect and you need to adjust the information. You'll also notice that it is grayed out and you are unable to change this information. In order to change this information, you go to your left-hand navigation panel and click on Personnel. Next, you want to go ahead and click on Edit and make the edits that you need to do. This looks correct. So I'm going to press Save and Save. And then go back to Program Budget. When I go to my program budget, I see that it has not taken my edit. The system, we are working with the developers to make sure that this gets corrected, but for now, there is a workaround. The workaround is this. You go back to Personnel, press Edit. Instead of editing this information, you'll actually need to delete and add the employee again. I know that's a pain right now, and I apologize for that, but luckily this doesn't take too long to type it in. But again, Civics is aware of this and is making the correction. And hopefully by the time you see this training video, it will be all corrected. But just want to give you a way to get your information in there accurately. After I've inputted that information, I'm going to go ahead and press Save and go to my program budget. Now I see the information is correct. In part 3 of your application of your program budget is your staffing pattern, which we just completed. The next section is the total program budget. This includes your total salary and benefits, which is from your staffing pattern, your travel, total travel, and your total office support. Excuse me. The total travel, the total salary and benefits has already been entered through your staffing pattern. We are asking when you input your budget into EMGPro that you enter in one line for total travel expenses and one line for your total office support expense. Instead of adding multiple lines saying travel expense, local travel expense, conference, travel expense, mileage, etc., just one line will be sufficient. Similar to the total office support. No need to say office support, equipment purchases, office support, printing and copying. Just one total line for your total office support is all that is being required. The reason why we are asking for only one line is that EMPG is bottom line funded, meaning that if you do have some vacancy savings in your salary benefits, you may choose to use that budget and allocate that toward travel expense or office support, vice versa. And that is the reason why we ask for one line for travel expense and the office support. In order to add those lines, you go ahead and click on Add Line. Under the type, select the type, travel, description, travel expenses, amount. Under the description, no need to type in conferences, mileage, out of office, etc. Later on, when we input the RFR, you are able to type in the description saying that it is for the SEMA conference in March, or the mileage to an ESF meeting, etc. Travel expenses is sufficient for your description. Next, we want to go ahead and add a line for your office support. In order to add the line, you click on Add Line. Under the type, go ahead and select Other. And description, office support expenses. Type, sorry about that. Under the quantity, let's say in your jurisdiction that you are not planning to charge any office expenses to EMPG. That's okay, but we do ask that you input a line. As you can see, it will accept zeros. The reason why we ask you to input all three lines is later on, let's say in Q3, you have some paper that you would like to purchase. And when you input the RFR, you go to your type, and under your type, you will only see salary, benefits, and travel. The other will not show up. And this is because the type for your RFR is determined based on the type that you input in your application. Therefore, all three types are required to be in your application. After we have completed inputting all three types, the salary, benefits, travel, and other, we are done with part 3 of your application, and go ahead and press Save. After you press Save, I'm going to show you something. Toward the bottom of this area, you will see that the items that I uploaded for job descriptions and training certifications show up. And so when you are needing to upload documents into your application, you do not need to go back to the specific sections of the form. You can upload it at any time, and that document will follow you throughout the entire application. Let's take a look at the left-hand navigation panel again, and we are at certifications. So let's go ahead and click on certifications. The certification here is your FFATA. Please read the information And if the above statement is true, select yes. When you select yes, you will need to type in the executive name, title, and total compensation. If there are additional executives you need to add, click on Add Executives, as many as you need. If you clicked on the one too many times in order to delete, just click on the red circle. If the answer to the question here is no, you select no, and you do not have to input information on the executive name. Next, you will need to click on this box. By checking this box and typing my name below, I'm electronic signing this application, certifying that this application is correct, true, accurate, etc. So go ahead and put in the name, the date, and save. Let's take a look at your left-hand navigation panel now. Let's kind of quickly review. Jurisdiction information, that was part 2. We completed that. The personnel, that is staffing pattern, we have completed that. The program budget, that is part 3, that has also been completed with all 3 lines. And certification, which is data, that is also completed. The last step of this application is the planning work plan. So let's go there and click on Planning Work Plan. As part of your EMPG application, you will need to provide proof that you have an updated EOP. You want to go ahead and upload this document by clicking on Attach File. Here you can choose the file, or if you have your Explorer already open, you can click. So I'm clicking and I am dragging, then dropping it. Don't know why I uploaded 2, but I'm just going to go ahead and remove one. But you can see that you can upload multiple documents. The maximum size is 100 megabytes per file size. And upload. For your work plan, we are requiring that you enter in all 15 EMFs. We understand that some of the smaller counties do not have activities in all 15 EMFs, but if later on throughout the year, there is some information that you would like to report that you have accomplished in one of the EMFs that you did not put in your application, you will not be able to choose that EMF to input that information. And that is the reason why it is required that all 15 EMFs be entered in EMGrants-Pro. In order to add EMF project, go ahead and click on Add Project. When you add a project, you go to your EMF number and you select. But before I go any further, I want to let you know that it is best to work on this on a computer monitor versus a laptop. The reason being is that the screen is a little bit larger than your laptop, and your laptop is going to look like this. And you will see that it goes to quarter 4, but you are unable to see that add cancel button. And so if you do have to work on it on a laptop, all you have to do is press Control on your keyboard and then do your minus key. So you do this until you can see that add and cancel button. Now you see the entire dialog box. So keep in mind that if you're working on a laptop, you may have to make the screen smaller whenever dialog boxes pop up. All right. So selecting your EMF. I don't know why it doesn't do it in order. You have to find it. So let's input these EMFs. We do require that you input all 15 EMFs as mentioned earlier, and please go in order. It just makes it much easier. So EMF number 1. type in your project name, the project objective. On the project objective, you are able to copy and paste from the work plan. So let's go ahead and open the work plan. This is the work plan that you are all familiar with, and it will be provided for you as part of your application. And so we go to your EMF number 1. EMF number 1, the planning activities, all I'm doing is selecting the narrative. I am pressing Control C as in cat. And then under project objectives, I am pressing Control V as in Victor. All I did was copy and pasted. For the project objectives, for the action and deliverables, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to select the narrative, Control C as in cat. Going to the report under quarter 1, Control V as in Victor. And from there, I'm just pressing Control V and just adjusting based on the quarter. I have completed inputting EMF number 1, and I'm going to go ahead and press Add. Here is my EMF number 1. Let's pretend I finished EMFs 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I'm going to enter in EMF number 8 for this training video to show you that Control C and Control V sometime will result in some weird characters. So I'm going to press Add Project. EMF number 8. Got to hunt and find. There it is. Pueblo County, EMF number 8. Project objectives. I am going to copy by pressing Control C as in cat. Under project objectives, I'm going to press Control V. Remember I mentioned that we do require all 15 EMFs to be entered in. And if you are not planning on any actions or deliverables, that is acceptable. Just type in none or NA to all 4 quarters. As you can see, it is available to go ahead and type in. Later on throughout the year, if you do have some actions and deliverables, you are able to select EMF number 8, type in the information as needed. If you did not input the EMF number 8, or you missed a few EMF numbers, your RFM will return it back to you and request that you input all 15 EMFs. Okay, now that I have finished inputting all the information for EMF number 8, I'm going to go ahead and press Add. When I press Add, I do see EMF number 8, but I also see all sorts of weird characters. I'm going to blow this up so you can see it. There's some weird characters here. Not sure what's going on. My understanding is that when you're pressing Control C and Control V as a computer thinks you're trying to talk to it, and so it's talking back. And this is what they're saying. I don't know what that means. But in order to fix that, you just click on Edit. And in here, you just delete those weird characters, put in those quotation marks, whatever it was before, and it will take it. I have completed, and I will go ahead and click on Update. Now you will see that the weird character marks has disappeared. Again, not sure why it shows up, but just keep that in mind that when you press Control C and Control V, things might show up, and just kind of double check and maybe edit and update as needed. All right, let's pretend that I have completed this application or completed all 15 EMFs. I'm going to go ahead and press Save. I have completed my application, and now I need my board chair and CFO to sign off on this application. However, they don't have access to the system, or they don't want to have access to the system. Either way, in order to have them review this application, you go to the action bar and click on More. Under More, you will see this Generate, Flatten, Application, and Worksheet. You want to go ahead and click on that. When you do this, you'll get this box saying, are you sure you want to generate this? It's going to take 15 minutes to generate. And you said, of course I do, because I need my approving authority signature. So you just click on Continue. When you click on Continue, there's a notice that the document is being generated, and you will receive an email when it is finished. You don't need to regenerate it. You'll just get an automatic generated email. With that email will be an attachment with the Flatten application. That Flatten application can be sent to your board chair and CFO with the signature authorization form for their signature. After they have signed the signature authorization form, both of them, you can close this. It's just a notice. You are now able to upload their signature authorization form. In order to upload their signature authorization form, you just go to Uploaded Documents, Add Document, and click and drag, drop. You may have 2 files, you may have 1. Choose your type. This is approving signature. In this case, it should only be 1. I don't know why it's duplicating, but that's okay. It shows you how you can cancel if you have multiple items, and upload. You have completed your application in EMGPro. Congratulations. You've done all 3 parts of your applications, part 1, 2, and 3. You also uploaded the signatures, certified job descriptions, and your training certifications. We are now ready to submit the application in EMGPro. Go ahead and press Save, because I love to press Save a lot. And on your left-hand navigation panel, go to your summary. On your summary, you will see that your total program budget that you input will show up, and where you are in current step, which is still unsubmitted in draft. A note to make is when you are inputting your application, you are the only one who is able to see this application, and no one else is. If your jurisdiction is the one where they have a CFO or a board chair who wants to go in the system and review the application, please contact Sharina and myself, and we will work directly with you as to making sure that we will return your application, and so that you can get multiple people signing in the system. If you are not, that is okay. You can go ahead and upload the authorized signature form. So just an FYI note on there. So we're ready to submit the application. In order to submit your application, you will go to your status bar and click on Submit. A dialog box will open up, and go ahead and leave a note for your RFM. After you have completed leaving a note for your RFM, go ahead and click on Submit. That will submit your application to your RFM. Congratulations, you have completed inputting your application in EM Pro, all 3 parts of your application. If you have any further questions, feel free to reach out to Trina Velasquez or myself, Esther Sun, anytime as you need further guidance. This video tutorial and the guidance is available for you as well. Thank you again and have a great day.